Joining us in the studio is Tolulope Agiri. She is a Group Chief Human Resources Officer, Int'l, and former Senior Strategic Regional Human Resources Business Partner at the United Nations World Food Program. Wow, that's a long resume. And here you are as a woman. This is really interesting. But I am glad you're here. Now let's talk about from the worldview.
Yes.
It looks like there is the politics of trying to pitch the sexes against each other, the men against the women. On a day like this, there's so much emphasis on what the woman is not, what she's supposed to be, and how the men are not, and all of. Does it resonate with you like that somehow?
So first of all, thanks for having me here.
Welcome.
I'm excited to be here. And I think it's a really special day. Talking about the world view, you only need to look at data.
Okay.
Let's forget emotions, let's forget sentiment.
Great.
You need to look at data to begin to ask yourself the question, do we really have an issue? Do we have a problem? So if you pick it from, look at the number of countries we have in the world, how many women leaders do we have? Look at the population of the world, men versus women. More often than not, you've got equal numbers both sides. But as girls and boys begin to climb the ladder, either in politics or in corporates even, what you find is that at the very top, in the C-suite, in the boardroom, you would typically have a 10 to 30% female. The question is what happened down the line. So I don't think it's the emotions that really matter. I think the data stares us in the face and actually says to us there is a problem. And you can't argue with data. That's what it is. All
right. Now, if we have to drive it home from the Nigerian perspective or the African perspective, a lot of women say they are not given the opportunity and all of that. You have risen to the level, the height that even men are going to envy you. Were you given this opportunity or given this privilege?
I think the first thing is I'm privileged to have come from a home where I saw that my mom actually was a hard worker, and she didn't pitch herself as a CC. So that developed something in me, and I knew if I had to make it in life, I would have to buckle up. So the truth is, there exists a glass ceiling. We can't deny it. We can't deny the fact that typically a woman starts out almost 10 steps behind the man for various reasons. I was watching during the interlude when a woman said, if I go for an interview with a man, they will take the man before they take me because they're thinking I'm going to be pregnant, I'm going to need time off. The truth is, that's actually true. However, if I use my own example, I think the first thing to say there is always a God factor in everything. Okay. I'm a Christian, and I believe that my journey has been laden with benefits along the way because of God. Right. However, in addition to that, and also by virtue of being a Christian, there's always the dint of hard work. I believe that women more often than not have to show themselves to be more hardworking, at times to be smarter than the man to get the same job. Whether we like it or not, if a man and a woman pitch for the same job, the woman would likely negotiate less than the man when it even comes to pay. Right. So there's certain things that are just there.
So the woman has to equip herself first.
Absolutely.
Before you even go out there.
Absolutely.
All right, now, before I let you go, now let's talk about the issue of culture and religion. We know what roles these play in our society, and ultimately, in culture, it places the man up and the woman below. In religion, it places the same thing. How are these compounding the issue? Okay,
so culture, I agree with you. Religion, I don't really.
Even in one of the good books, he referred to women as the weaker vessels.
Okay, so the truth is, if you look at physical strength, a woman is actually weaker. However, and I think a lot of us make this mistake, the Bible, like I told you, I'm a Christian, the Bible talks about the woman being submissive to her husband. It doesn't talk about the woman being submissive to every single man out there. I think a lot of us have read it the other way around. We kind of feel every woman is supposed to be subject to a man. That's not what that book says. And that's actually what then breeds the kind of habits you have in women, because women at times are their own undoing, but also the habits you have in men.
Okay. All right, we have to leave you here now. Tolulope Agiri, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Now, let's remind you that we are streaming live on YouTube, and you can connect with us on Twitter using the hashtag TVC Breakfast.